And when you're in the realm of play, you enter a creative space where flow takes over. And it's almost like the current carries you like a river. Welcome to Reawaken Your Voice. I'm Lainey Prendeville Crawford, holistic voice coach, singer, song weaver. I believe the song in your heart holds medicine for yourself and for the world. And yet too often, something happens along the way. We shut down our voice and our song goes unsung. Whether you stopped singing years ago or have always harbored an unrealized dream to start, if you're ready to finally give voice to those unsung songs in your heart, then take my hand as I guide you to free yourself from the inner critic, reignite your creativity, find your courage, sing with confidence, and reawaken those dormant parts of yourself aching for a revival. So dust off your songbooks, tune up your guitar, bust out your singing bowls, your shakers, your drum. Actually, all you really need is your voice, your breath, open ears, and an open heart. Let's play. Let's talk about this dream of singing for audiences and sharing your voice. You know, there's something so healing about allowing yourself to be seen and heard in all your messy humanness. And there's also this element of release, of liberation and freedom that comes with singing in front of people and sharing what's in your heart through your voice. But all of this requires vulnerability. Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Standing in that place of uncertainty. Every time you step onto a stage, whether that is a real live physical stage or stepping in front of a microphone or opening your mouth in a beautiful room, anytime that you step into that space, you're stepping into the unknown. And you're allowing people to see you in it, to witness you in that space of uncertainty, in that vulnerable space of the unknown. And even if you've done it before, over and over again, there can be times in life when the vulnerability feels like too much. And so you curl back into a ball and hide away until the pain of holding it all in becomes unbearable. I know this so well because this happened to me. Even after a professional career as an opera singer and teaching voice for many years, I found myself in that place of being afraid, having a fear of sharing my voice with others, of putting myself out there and being vulnerable once again. So then you have to work your way back up to it. It was almost, for me, it was almost like starting over. And perhaps for many of you, maybe there was a time in your life where you were singing openly and freely and it felt so natural. And then something happened or you just drifted away from it. And in listening to that desire to come back to it, you found yourself in this new place of fear, in this new place of being afraid to sing in front of people again, something that you may have felt ease with before. So wherever you are on your vocal journey, you can find yourself in this place again. But the good news is, when you practice doing this, singing in front of people, sharing your voice in different contexts, in different spaces, around different audiences, when you practice doing this, it becomes familiar. It becomes known. Through practice, through preparation, through repetition, you begin to feel at home. With that repetition comes comfort. And comfort, of course, leads to play. And when you're in the realm of play, you enter a creative space where flow takes over. And it's almost like the current carries you like a river. So today I want to share with you 5 tips to help you grow your confidence and become more comfortable singing in front of people. So starting with number 1, it is much like allowing the river to carry you. Number 1, take the path of least resistance. It's one thing to be trying to swim against the current, but it's another to allow yourself to flow naturally within the walls of that river, freely flowing. So what do I mean by this taking the path of least resistance tactically? Well, I mean, of course, to start where you are. Begin inside your comfort zone. It's a beautiful place to start. So often we have negative connotations around staying within our comfort zone, but that's where we're beginning. So embrace that. When we begin in that space, we can gradually expand like a breath, like expanding our rib cage when we take a deep breath to breathe and release that first note. So gradual release, ease your way out of it. If you want to start practicing vulnerability on your own, from where you are, inside your comfort zone, just you and your voice in the comfort of your home, you can sing while looking into the mirror. Look yourself in the eyes. Watch your body as it moves and breathes, and gently open. Open your eyes. Open your mouth. Open your heart. I talk about this exercise in detail in episode 33. So check that out if you're interested in this practice of singing in front of the mirror. I'll walk you through it, and you'll see how it really is a practice in vulnerability. But you get to do it alone in the comfort of your home. So you begin in that comfortable space where it feels safe and attainable. And from there, as you gradually increase your comfort with that level of vulnerability, then you can share with another person. And if you don't want to start with someone you know, you can start with a voice coach, a supportive professional who wants you to succeed and who also has the experience and the training to meet you where you are and help you expand beyond that space and show you what's possible with your voice. And it's also that one-on-one with a voice coach. It's a nurturing space. So it's very exploratory. You get to learn. You get to just soak it all in and try things. Experiment. This is what I do. I love to help people open up and play with their voice, to approach it from that experimental playground, and then gently guide them into places with the voice that they didn't know existed or were too afraid to tap into. I'm really good at easing people out of their comfort zones in a really gentle and approachable way. So if that's what you're needing right now, you can apply to work with me at reawakenyourvoice.com/coaching. But it begins with one person. And then you allow that to expand into a small group, a small supportive group, or even singing with others. Oh, this is so powerful. But wherever that next step takes you, like whatever that next step beyond sharing with one person looks like for you. For a lot of people, I know it's more comfortable to sing in front of people you don't know. And for others, it might feel more comfortable to sing in front of people you do know. Do what feels attainable for you. And wherever you find yourself in this spectrum, you're not alone. You know, different things work for different people. So it comes back to taking the path of least resistance and going with what feels approachable, what feels attainable, and then stretch little by little. You can refer to episode 7 about this process of sharing your voice little by little, one step at a time, gradually expanding beyond your comfort zone. So as I reference these episodes, I'll also link them in the show notes so that you can go back and, go deeper into all these little pieces here. Let's move into number 2, my second tip for you. Breathe. Oh, it's so simple, and yet it's foundational. It's the first thing that goes. It always is. You get the nerves going, the heart is racing, and maybe there's some shaking happening. Your palms get sweaty, your throat closes up, all those physical reactions to the vulnerability, to the act of singing in front of people. Well, all of those physical reactions lead to shallow breathing. And if you're not paying attention, the breath can really get away from you. So focus on the breath. Ground and breathe. Always come back to the breath. Every breath is an opportunity to start again, to reset, to ground yourself and prepare for that next note, that next phrase. You can also refer to episode 14 for my personal grounding practice before going on stage and during the performance, whatever it may be, in whatever context that is. Doesn't have to be like a big stage with lights on. It can be any form of stepping forward to express yourself in front of other people. So I will link that as well. Number 3, sing through it. Get past those initial few shaky moments and don't give up. Even if it feels like a horrible first impression, or like you just started off on the wrong foot, or you started off on the wrong note. Sing through it. Don't give up. All is not lost. Like I said, each breath is a new beginning. It's a chance to reset and to ground anew. So stay present. Be present in the here and now. Because as soon as a note comes, it goes. Don't linger on the memory of it or stay stuck in the past. Because moment by moment, beat by beat, you're moving forward into a new breath. It's this balance of being present in the moment that you're in, but also preparing the breath, preparing the body, preparing the space, the placement within for your voice to come through with strength for that next phrase, and with clarity, and with beauty. Something to remember as you remind yourself to sing through it, to sing through those shaky moments, is that people want you to succeed. We all love a good comeback, It's like part of human nature. It's uncomfortable and awkward for everyone if you fall apart and give up before you've seen it through. But if you have one of those shaky moments and you sing through it and you keep going and you finish strong, that's what we remember. That's what people want for you. They want you to succeed as they're listening. So remember that. Number 4, connect with your heart. The feeling behind the message is everything. If nothing else, if technique falls apart, I've been there. I've been known to get very emotional in a song and, technique falls to the wayside, but my heart is in it and you can feel that I am in it. The art is getting to a place of balance where you can be fully expressive and emotionally connected to the message, but also bring the technique with it. That's what we're going for. But if nothing else, stick with the feeling that you're conveying. Stay connected with your heart. This is the most important part. Like, did you make people feel something? That's the lasting impression. So stay connected with your heart through it all, even when the other pieces may fall away. Even if you get ahead of yourself or lose your breath, stay connected with your heart, because that's what it's all about anyway. And number 5, do it again. practice. Confidence comes and grows through action. It doesn't happen all in your head. You must involve your body, your physical instrument. Do it messy and then do it again. And preparation is also part of this. In preparation, I mean knowing that song through and through, beginning to end, like knowing where you breathe, where you need to create a little bit more lift internally, how you need to modify a certain vowel shape, maybe on a specific note or a certain pitch, so that it comes through powerfully with ease. You've practiced your approach to certain notes and the phrasing. All of these little pieces are part of the preparation. All of this comes through practice, so that when you do bring it to show others, you aren't thinking about all these things. You're not stuck in your head. You're not throwing spaghetti at the wall trying to make it fit together in the moment. You're familiar with every bend, every bump, every turn along the path, from the first breath to the last. So even if the audience, the space itself, the stage is new and unfamiliar, you can rest in the familiarity of the music and the way that your voice carries it. So you can just be focused on being present and staying connected to your heart and emoting the feeling, the message within the music. And you also have to be willing to fail and get back up. Sometimes success is just getting through it. Just doing it, start to finish, even if it isn't excellent. And the next time will be better. And then maybe the next time will be worse. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. There will be good and bad performances, no matter your level of experience. But focus on those small wins. That deep breath you managed that allowed you to sing through till the end of that line where you usually run out of breath. Or recovering after stumbling over a few notes. Getting back on the beat when you lost the rhythm. Nailing that last note, even if the rest of it was a train wreck. Seriously. Anything that could have gone better, take it to the practice room. Because it is a practice. And practice is what will lead you to excellence. Getting comfortable with vulnerability doesn't usually happen all at once. There can be a huge transformation in one act of vulnerability. I've seen it. But overall, it's these baby steps that add up to something where you find yourself in a space that you could have never imagined from the place you began. So start where you are. Take the path of least resistance. Breathe. Sing through it. connect with your heart, and do it again. Practice. That's what it is. It's a practice. So I hope that you have found some encouragement to practice sharing your voice. And if you need a little bit more encouragement, I will link the related episodes that I mentioned in the show notes so that you can have a little binge session. Hey friend, thank you so much for listening. If this episode unlocked something in you or moved you in some way, I'd be so grateful if you'd leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're streaming this, and share this episode with a friend who's been praying for a vocal breakthrough. Until we meet again, keep nurturing that song in your heart. Lots of love.